I've always said that I don't need a TV in van life. I have my phone. I don't need that type of thing. It's not what I'm out here for. But I will say there's something to be said for the background noise. I'm going to try it out as I'm drinking my coffee in the morning to just have Hulu on for my morning news and such. I did get a small TV off the marketplace that I can hook my Fire Stick into, as well as I can hook my DVD player into it and have a bigger screen. I have that small TV. I'm going to make sure it works, figure out a place to put it, how I can anchor it down or sit it on its stand, secure it while I'm traveling and such. All right, so here's the new TV, which is a 22-inch TV. Here's my box with my DVD player in it and such, so I can put my remote here. Stand is something that I may make a little more semi-permanent. That way I can stow the TV under the bed on this side, because that's the side I need to put all my weight on now. That cabinet, when it was in here, the really big cabinet, was so large and heavy. It was so heavy that everything else was placed on this other side of the van. So my water, my fridge, my battery, everything this side. So on now the driver's side doesn't have much weight on it. So now I have to kind of load that side. So that's my goal. I'm also going to put my traction devices, basically. I'm going to put them in the space behind my bed, because that space that was there I never did fill, because I thought it can be a utilized space. They're pretty heavy, they're thin, they're in a long carrying case. I hope they fit back there perfectly. Ooh, in my head the TV was going to go right here, and I don't think it's going to fit. I think it's going to be too tall. Oh, maybe not. Okay. My main concern with that is that this is my countertop, and that's the whole reason I put this touchtop in here, was to have more countertop. And if I do this, I'm taking up a good portion of it with the TV. But I can tell you, I rarely used my countertop how it was before. This is the board that will fit around my sink for more counter space if I need to. If I take my buffalo off, which my water sits on, it doesn't have to be a semi-permanent base. I can move them both if I need to, I suppose, because that's pretty perfect, right? That's pretty perfect for me to sit down in bed, move my pillows around. Oh, I'm pretty excited. And have my TV there. Oh my goodness. I think I like this layout so much better than the previous one. And here is the view. It's trash day. So I should also note that because the windows are very tinted, that this window right here in back of the TV and in back of the sink, if that slider's open, it's really almost an eyesore, because you have two windows kind of back to back. You're not getting the most light. The view isn't the best because you're virtually seeing the inside of your door. So I'm not terribly concerned of anything that may block that window. That window covering is always down, and I never concern myself with it. So I think that's the answer right here. It actually lays fairly perfectly. I'm just going to draw like where it curves to help me with the dowels. Kind of how deep that edge goes. It's like exactly an inch. So if it's right there, I'm literally just going to put those dowels roughly an inch, and then I'll put them a little bit on the sides as well. I may have to chuck the basket that sits there simply to allow that right there to happen, because I like that a lot. One thing that I did the other day, I had gotten this board. It's actually a board that's sold at Hobby Lobby, because I've seen it there, but it's basically, I got it from a thrift store for like $2. But I bought it thinking I could make it into a tabletop. That kind of went out the window, but I realized that the bed kind of shifted and it prevents the mattress from scooting back. That kind of worked out. One rando thing that I bought from Amazon is this, I don't know, listen wood pillow. It's really just to be a kind of like a pillow so that I can sit on the edge of this couch and have an arm. It's also not a real couch, which I have to remember, right? What I do want to do is kind of measure the dimensions of this TV and see if I can go to a store nearby to get an actual basket to keep it in, to put it under the bed. I want everything over here, like I said, all that weight. So I have removed this piece of wood that was over here. If I can put a few dowels here on the inside of the sink and remove this, it probably won't matter that that basket is sitting there. Sorry, you're seeing all my shadows because we have some crazy lights in the kitchen, but this is my plan. So I'm going to go ahead. And use my lines, put some dowels in here along the edge here. I don't think I'll worry about this piece. These are my staggered holes. To make the holes, I will then tap the dowel rods into there, and I'll put a little bit of wood glue in there to make sure they stay, and we will see what comes of this. I marked the depth of the board on this so that I don't accidentally go through the board. It wouldn't be a catastrophe, but it's not recommended. They're not as deep as I'd like them to be real honest with you. But I also do fear going straight through the board. And that's just not deep at all. These need redone. So I did re-drill them, and this one right here is it did go through. It's the small point, which I thought I counted, but clearly I didn't. That side, my plan, I think, will work perfect. Actually, I'll just leave them right here, to be quite frank. Stop calling me Frank. That's what my husband would say. The glue is pretty globby in some spots, but I'm okay with that. I just want to make sure they are not leaning in. There's still plenty of space, but that will keep it from sliding off. That will dry. I'm going to hit the store in a little bit. Thanks for watching.